And what's up, guys? This video is going to be about my thoughts and predictions on the other upcoming heavyweight fight taking place next weekend between Chris the Nightmare Arreola and Andy Ruiz Jr. This fight's taking place on pay-per-view, and in my opinion, this is not a pay-per-view worthy fight. I know that it's two Mexican heavyweights fighting, and they are both two action fighters and very entertaining styles. So, I'm not sure how the numbers are going to do. I don't expect it'll do too well, being that it's on pay-per-view. But, it might do semi-decent just due to the fact that they're both Mexican heavyweights. And we know that Mexico is very passionate about boxing, and they may come through and support their fighters. But in my opinion, it's not a pay-per-view worthy matchup. I think Andy Ruiz should absolutely destroy Chris Arreola in this fight. I don't see it going the distance. Chris Arreola, he's a tough game veteran and stuff like that, but he has no defense, and at this stage of his career, he's just taken too much damage. I think his punch resistance has gone down. His face doesn't take damage well. It cuts up, it bleeds badly. It seems like every fight they break his nose, and in my opinion, this fight's going to be no different. I'm expecting Andy Ruiz to stop Arreola in this fight, probably within the first 5 rounds. Arreola is definitely tough, and I have seen that he's been pretty dedicated for this fight. I think he's been training out of the Goosen gym, so he might come in decent shape, because this is his last chance at doing anything in the heavyweight division. If he can pull off the upset against Andy Ruiz, he's back in contention to get one more shot at the heavyweight title. But he always comes up short when he really steps up to the top level. So in my opinion, this is going to be no different. He'll come up short again against Andy Ruiz, because in my opinion, Andy Ruiz is a top 10 heavyweight, and Andy Ruiz is much younger, fresher. He's faster. He's got better defense. He's just a better all-round fighter. Got much better boxing skills and boxing IQ. Ruiz is a very skilled fighter, with very fast hands, pretty solid, high guard defense, and he's a good counterpuncher. The thing with Andy Ruiz is his discipline always lets him down, but we've seen he's made the switch. He's training with Canelo and the Reynoso brothers, so he looks to be in much better condition than he's been in a very long time. This might be the best shape of his whole career. I'm not sure how accurate all these photos are that I've seen of him, where he's looking much slimmer. I'm not sure if it's photoshopped or if it's real. We'll find out when they weigh in, I guess, but he's no doubt going to be in a lot better shape than he was when he fought Anthony Joshua. And in my opinion, even if he was in the same condition he was when he fought Anthony Joshua, that would still be enough to stop Chris Arreola, especially at this stage of Chris's career. Even if it was a prime Chris Arreola, I think Andy Ruiz is just too good for him. He's too fast, he's too skilled, defense is too tight, too defensively responsible, and he's gonna light Arreola up in this fight, in my opinion, because Arreola, he can't box on the back foot. He's gonna be right there for Andy Ruiz to hit. And with the hand speed that Andy Ruiz has, and the punch selection and the counter-punching ability, in my opinion, this is just a nightmare matchup for the Nightmare Arreola. I think he's going to get stopped in this fight. Like I say, I'm expecting Ruiz to stop him within the first 5 rounds. And after that, we'll see where Andy Ruiz goes from there. I'm hopeful we get to see Ruiz, in some of these types of matchups, maybe, with the Deontay Wilder. I think that'd be a really interesting matchup, or an Andy Ruiz versus a Dillian Whyte, because we've seen they've been beefing over the years. Although we probably won't get to see that, because Dillian seems to be waiting for that title shot now that he got past Povetkin. So he seems to be waiting to fight the winner of Joshua and Fury, although that could be a while if they have the rematch, and there's going to be other mandatories with Joe Joyce and Usyk, so I'm not sure how that's all going to shake down. But if we could, I'd like to see Ruiz fight Dillian Whyte. That'd be a hell of a fight, in my opinion. Or Ruiz versus Deontay Wilder. That's another hell of a fight. Or another heavyweight like Luis Ortiz, who's also coming towards the end of his career. So I think Ruiz would probably be too much for Ortiz at this stage of his career, because it doesn't look like Ortiz can fight, really past 6 rounds. He starts to fatigue once he hits that 6-round mark, and I'm sure Ruiz would be able to overwhelm him and, land those combinations on him and stop him. So, yeah, in my opinion, Ruiz is going to win this fight in a dominant fashion against Arreola. He's going to look good with his new coaches and, training with Saul Alvarez. And, he's going to gain back some of that hype that he had before losing the rematch to Anthony Joshua. and then hopefully we get to see him in some actual big competitive matchups, because this is not a competitive matchup. I thought Arreola was retired. The last time I saw Arreola fight, he didn't look good. He was struggling, getting knocked down with guys like Curtis Harper, going to war with guys like that. They possibly could have even lost that fight. I think he won a split decision or something against Curtis Harper. I mean, that's the level that Chris Arreola is at this point in his career. He's a journeyman, and Ruiz is coming out here, I guess, to knock off the rust since he fought Anthony Joshua, and should be a pretty easy knockover job. Now I know Arreola has heart, so he'll come to fight. He'll try and let his hands go, but at this stage of his career, his punch resistance is just not there, and he's just not the same level of talent as Andy Ruiz. So, my opinion, Ruiz is going to stop him within the first 5 rounds, guys. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this fight in the comment section below. Thanks for listening. Talk to you guys again soon. Cheers.